thank you so much for coming out today. My name is Eddie Portillo. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for everybody who put this together. We have a lot of volunteers that devoted their time and love into this show. But most of all, let's give a huge round of applause to Ashley and Maribel, who had all the love and brains behind this show, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise.
Watch me and the words that I
said. Can you hear me?
The clock rhythm in my veins.
I said, what's up, Los Angeles? That's way better. All right. You guys, we did it. Give yourself an applause. So awesome. Okay, so I have a little speech, but I'd like to first say, has anyone ever heard that public speaking is the #1 fear in adults? I used to ask myself, how does that beat death? Like, really? But I totally get it now. Picturing you guys in your underwear is not helping, trust me. Not working. Okay, so anyways, I would like to start with a list of thank yous because it's not just us this happened. It's all of the donors, it's all of the volunteers, it's everybody that's stage production, that's handling the artwork display right now. All of the performers who have been rehearsing non-stop, pouring their heart and love into making sure this is the best performance for today. So please do me a favor and be extremely respectful to the artists because it's not easy standing up here and pouring your heart out and being vulnerable. So please be mindful of that, and no pressure to the artists. There are thousands of people here right now. Hang in there. So I would like to give some thank yous to the photographers and videographers who have donated their time to be here extra early to capture all the little moments and behind the scenes stuff. I would like to thank Ashley and the lighting crew who worked non-stop to get this donated to us and set up. So thank you guys. And also to Erica and her husband for making custom t-shirts for all of the volunteers today. I want to thank Sarah Ford for her last minute Snapchat filter, you guys. We have our own Snapchat filter. Isn't that cool? Yeah. And Andy Cool. Oh my goodness, where do I start? Thank you so much. He was an artist who was on early in all this and has dedicated so much time and money and love and support to Maribel, Heidi, and I when we weren't even sure if this was going to happen. He was still there. So Andy, wherever you are, I can't see you, but thank you. DJ Eddie for your time and equipment and your patience with all of my production schedule changes. Thank you. Sherry and Jeannie, who is offering live streaming today, folks. Thank you so much. You are offering the moment for people to be here even when they're not here. Thank you. I'd also like to thank somebody who has been living with me, who has had to tolerate me for the last 2 weeks, my husband, Brian. Without your support, I don't think I could have gone as far as I have with this, so thank you. You've tolerated my extreme absence, even to the point where I have an office set up in our kitchen. He comes home, I'm working, and I say, come into my office. You need an appointment to come talk to me right now. Also dealing with my emotional meltdowns and just being an overall support for me of having another crazy idea, but look, we did it. Last but not least, Heidi and Maribel. I don't know where Heidi is, but I hope you're listening right now. Thank you for working extremely hard. Damn it, I wasn't gonna cry. Extremely hard alongside with me, never letting me down or having an ulterior motive, because we know we've seen that happening. always focused on the end result and jumping through all the hoops with me, even when we thought we weren't going to make it to the end. We would have conversations where we would talk about having to beg people for help. The people that had the muscle, who should have been helping and weren't. And every time we felt we weren't sure if we were being too pushy, I would say, balls to the wall for Chester, right? Anything for Chester. He's counting on us to make this happen. So something about that statement lit a fire under our ass. So, enough with the thank yous. I do have a little bit of a speech, so bear with me. Even with the past 2 weeks being such a whirlwind, filled with being heartbroken, in shock, in complete disbelief, yet still planning a memorial, I was reflecting on why there is such a void missing in my life. It's been hard to cry and explain in the same breath. I didn't know him, but I never cried over a musician's death before. I began to ask myself, why does this hurt so bad? Initially, when I saw the news, I thought it was an online hoax. I hoped it was an online hoax. And then I saw the source, and I said, shit, TMZ reported it first, this is true. My eyes welled with tears, and the days since haven't been the same. It feels like a friend died, didn't it? Like we knew him. In a way we did, because Chester's songs and lyrics made us realize we weren't the only crazy ones with thoughts in our head. Chester made us feel like we weren't alone. I remember when Hybrid Theory came out, I was 14. Now you guys, don't start doing the math. I'm already aging just standing here. Anyways, I was 14, sitting in my room with my Walkman. Some of you are like, what is a Walkman? Holding the CD, reading the lyrics, and screaming those lyrics with Chester on a daily basis. I listened to that album so many times, I began to feel confident enough that I could probably sing with Linkin Park. Trust me, I can't. You know, they could probably use a female vocalist, right? They can make room for me. So falling in love with the band for the first time was like making a new friend. You're excited, but you're still trying to figure out their vibe. Figuring out what their words mean, but you still sing and have lyrics stuck in your head because on the inside, you know something clicked. And that's the feeling Chester has given me for years. Throughout the years, whether it was a heart full of pain, a handful of anger, a head full of stress, Chester was right alongside with me, and I'm sure you guys too. Chester was alongside with me, yelling at the bullies, the overbearing parent, the exit exams, the college pressure, deceitful and broken relationships, and even depression. I'm looking at all of you today and seeing that we are probably companions in this unspoken pain of not only growing up and going through life, but also living through this tragedy as well. I've been a Chester singing 30-year-old mess, kept company by the 14-year-old I feel like. Chester reminded me, and maybe you too, that pain isn't exclusive to me. Our feelings are valid, emotions meant to be felt and told to the world. Screaming out loud, you guys, you know it feels good. Chester brought people together through pain and joy. For that, let's be grateful. I'm almost done, I promise. Look around you, he's still doing it, you guys. We're here together through the pain and the joy of being able to actually make this happen. Don't ever forget that you are not alone. I'm going to repeat that. Never forget that you are not alone. When you feel alone, remember that there are over 2,000 people standing with you, or sitting really, at Chester's Memorial, who feel the same void, pain, anger, confusion, sadness, and love that you feel. Reach out, connect with someone, make a new friend today. It's awkward, but just talk to your neighbor. Never be too prideful or ashamed to ask for help. Let's face it, we all need it. When we can admit it and get help, we can finally get off the hamster wheel. If you find yourself in a position where you hate the space that's 6 inches between your ears, make the call. You lose nothing and gain everything. So when you leave at the end of the night, I want you guys to remember this. All is not lost. We are strong even in the moments we feel weak. And I'll leave you with a quote, or I should say lyrics from Chester. This is what got me, and it's been hitting home for me this week when I've been struggling to make this happen for you guys and to have the courage to stand up here in front of you with stage fright and just say what I wanted to say, and hopefully something I said resonated with you. But Chester said, hold on. The weight of the world will give you the strength to go. Thank you guys.
Check. All right, up next we'll be having some volunteers give some stories and poems. I will begin with mine. I'm a DJ, I tour the world, I play for thousands of people, but obviously speaking is very different. This hit home a lot with me because I've been through that same stage of depression myself. As I get ready for my show tonight, I can't help but feel numb to the sad news of a fallen icon this morning. It breaks me when I see people with so much success can't escape the sadness in their lives. I've been there before. My mind was crawling with the ideas of giving up. I wanted to run away and be by myself. I wanted to find a cure for the itch. I felt like everything was pushing me away. Nothing ever went my way. My dad left when I was 4 years old. I felt forgotten. Then I bought my first album, Hybrid Theory. I was one step closer to recovery. I listened to it over and over again. It was a place for my head. Finally, someone understood me. In the end, it was all just a paper cut. To all my fans and friends, if you need help, I'm here. Reach out. Chester, even if you're not with us anymore, we're with you. Thank you for your music, your words of encouragement. They were enough to help me get through a lot and many more. I'm sorry I couldn't bless you with the same. I never got the chance to see you live, but someday we'll be together. Love, Eddie, and Lincoln Park, thank you. Up next, we have Veronica.
Hello everyone, my name is Veronica Luna. I've been a Linkin Park fan for 15 years, and I could honestly say LP saved me my darkest days. I wish I could have met Chester and told him how much he meant to me, and why he's my hero. I first started listening to Linkin Park while my brother played Hybrid Theory and Meteora on his stereo. I remember listening quietly, pretending I wasn't interested, and headbanging when no one was looking. Instantly, I fell in love with Linkin Park. With Chester's voice, his face of course, but mostly how open and honest his lyrics were. I come from a troubled life. I moved often when I was younger, couldn't really make friends because I would switch schools a lot and got bullied. There are many deep things that are hard to talk about, such as being emotionally abused for years. And for many years I struggled with low self-esteem, depression and anxiety. I didn't believe in myself. I constantly questioned my existence. But Linkin Park was always there, lifting me up when I felt lost. Chester taught me so many things, to keep moving forward, to share my story and to inspire others. He taught me to love myself despite all the scars, and showed me to smile through the pain and to make others happy. Chester, in the end your life did matter, because your story, Your life, your way of being influenced me into the strong person I am today. Your charisma and silly character always brought a smile to my face. Chester, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for saving me. I love you. Rest in peace, Chessie's Chess. Finally, I wanted to say how proud I am to be a Linkin Park fan. Even though it's been hard the past couple of weeks, it's also been beautiful witnessing a tremendous amount of support from one fan to another. If you're struggling, you're not alone. You're part of the Linkin Park family now. And we'll continue to live one another. Just like Chester says at shows, when someone falls, what do? Pick them up. To the rest of Linkin Park, we love you guys. Much love to his family and friends. Thanks to the organizers for putting all this together. And thank you all for listening.
Okay, up next we have Jasmine.
Hi guys, my name is Jasmine and this is my story. Didn't take long for me to hear the voice that would change my life. I proudly declared Linkin Park my favorite band in the 3rd grade, a year after Hybrid Theory was released. I listened and sang and danced for 3 years. I went to 2 concerts in that final year. The year before, an 11-year-old would need their music and his voice. My stepdad died in 2004. A father not by blood, but by love. He taught me to appreciate music, to fall in love with words, to find a calling in writing. He was adored, and he died within a moment's notice. Life moved on quickly, from my home to a far place, far from where we lived as a family, mother, father, and sisters. We all went our separate ways in grief, and I only had their music, their words, their voices. And the demons came. Thoughts and voices that whispered in my head told me that I didn't matter. No one loves you. No one cares about you. You're alone. You know they're irrational, but you believe them. But the music drowned them out, and I pretended to be okay. If Chester Bennington could fight his demons, then so could I. But the thoughts fought hard. Self-harming, crying, pressing my head so hard into the ground because I just wanted to stop thinking. The thoughts were never ending. They were loud, so loud, and I just wanted them to shut up. I saw Linkin Park once a year. Later, my husband told me that he's never seen me so exuberant before, so happy. I didn't care about appearances when they were singing, when the music was loud, when the thoughts were quiet. Chester even waved at me once in the middle of a show. He was drinking water and waiting to go on stage. I screamed and waved and jumped. He smiled and laughed. But the demons are always waiting, and I fell into a pattern of self-sabotage. I forgot what consequences were. I didn't care about consequences. What did it matter anyways? I didn't want to live anymore. The thoughts had convinced me the music wasn't loud enough. But my uncle died first, and the world lost one of the brightest stars in the sky on August 7th, 2015, 2 years ago tomorrow. An uncle that loved everything, cherished life, and encouraged others to live. But he couldn't live, not with a gun in his hand and a head full of pain. I loved him. My husband met him once and said that he felt like he had just met Chester. And like Chester, he wasn't perfect, but he fought hard until he couldn't fight any longer. And Linkin Park, as always, was there for me. I cried and sang and laughed, and despite all those voices and thoughts that wouldn't shut up, I lived. Chester Bennington's star flickered and disappeared. A darkness fell for many. His voice felt so far away, so quiet. But the sun always rises, and through shadows and grief, his star always shines. And it shines the brightest when you listen to the music. My demons aren't gone. My thoughts won't leave me alone. I'm lonely even when I'm in a crowd. I live my life in denial, and I struggle with waking up in the mornings. But Chester was a fighter. He may have lost, but he didn't fail. He makes me want to fight. In Linkin Park, while they may never be whole again, well, they make me want to live. From all those who are struggling and fighting, thank you, Chester.
Okay, up next we have Dan. Dan, to the stage, please.
Hi, my name is Dan Thomas. Excuse me. This is for Chester and my son Joey. In late October 2000, I purchased a record that combined elements of rap, metal, industrial, and pop music. The 37 plus minutes of anger, intensity, pure energy, and honest lyrics instantly cemented my love for a band that continues to this day. What sets that record apart and group apart is the otherworldly voice of Chester Bennington. Alternating between anguished howling and quieter, more reflective moments, I felt the pain in each scream and was able to release my own anguish along with him. Less than 5 months after Linkin Park's debut release, my beautiful son Joey was born in Simi Valley, not far from Linkin Park's home of Agoura Hills. Upon Joey and my wife's release from the hospital, I chose an unconventional CD to listen to on the drive home, Hybrid Theory. Although a more gentle choice may have been Row, Row, Row Your Boat, I lowered the volume of my car stereo and played music that my newborn son had already heard countless times while waiting to make his introduction into this complicated world. Little did I know then, on that overcast morning in March 2001, that both Joey and Chester would leave this life much too early. Throughout his 13 years, 3 months, and 8 days on this earth, Joey listened to all of Linkin Park's records, from Hybrid Theory to Living Things, alongside his mom, dad, and brother. Just as their paths crossed here through music, I know my son was waiting to welcome Chester after his passing with open arms and a gentle heart. To quote Linkin Park's beautiful song, Roads Untraveled, "May your love never end, and if you need a friend, there's a seat here alongside me." Joey and Chester's spirit will continue to live on in the lives they touched, the family and friends they loved, and the light they brought to everyone who was lucky enough to know them. Thank you, Chester, for sharing your heart and soul with us. You are and always will be a true original. Joey has gained a new friend, and the greatest band ever assembled has just received a brilliant vocalist. Lastly, Chester, please give Joey a hug from me and tell my beautiful boy that we love him. Thank you.
Okay, last but not least, we have Daphne.
Hi everybody, I'm Daphne, and I want this to serve as an open love letter from not only myself, but from everybody here today. Chester, you believed you were only a crack in a castle of glass, but to many of us here, you were the castle of glass. You were beautiful, not just in the conventional sense of the word, but you were beautiful in the way that your eyes would catch fire when you would speak about the things, the people, the places, and the causes that you loved. You were beautiful in your selfless charities. You were beautiful in a way that could connect with people on the other side of the world, in how you could make so many people feel so loved and so happy, whilst every day struggling with your own sorrow and sadness. Your voice is unparalleled in the way it could carry pain, anger, and all the love all at once. We didn't deserve you, but we are so thankful that we got to have you, even if it was for only a brief moment in time. We love you, Chester Charles Bennington, forever. Thank you.
All right, now if you guys will join me in enjoying this beautiful song by Linkin Park, then we're gonna have the bands up come very shortly.
Should have stayed. Were the signs I ignored? Can I help you not to hurt anymore? We saw brilliance when the world was asleep. There are things that we can keep. If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. The reminders pull the floor from your feet. In the kitchen, one more chair than you need. Oh, and you're angry, and you should be. It's not fair. Just 'cause you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. Who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? I do. I do.
Check, check. Okay, I'd like to introduce Maribel once again.
Hi everyone. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Thank you, every single one of you, for coming here. Thank you to Matt. Thank you, Matt. Forgot to thank you. And Jay, wonderful Jay, for all your support. Thank you. And I wanted to thank you guys. Every single dollar you guys gave us to do this. It wasn't for us. It wasn't for me. It was for us. And if you were still looking to give cash donations, we have a box. I know a lot of you guys still want to give cash. Help us pay the rest what we have. Bills to pay. I lost my words, I'm sorry.
This ain't cheap, you guys.
I can't find the words to express how important it is that we have every single one of us. Through the toughest time. I want you to please look to your neighbor right now and hold their hand. Grab them. Hold on to them. Let's hold each other. And we're gonna give a moment of silence. So let's do a moment of silence for Chester, for his family, for Mike, for Joe, for Brad, for Phoenix, for Rob. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day.
This is really hard for me and a lot of band members because Chester and Linkin Park is the reason why we do music. And I actually just got this tattoo yesterday because this is a memorial to Chester and just appreciating what he did for me in my life.
This is not black and white, only organized confusion. I'm just trying to get it right, and in spite of all I should have done, I was not mad at you, I was not trying to tear you down. The words that I could have used, I was too scared to say out loud. If I cannot break your fall, I'll pick you up right off the ground. If you feel invisible, I won't let you feel that now. Invisible, 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 invisible. Didn't get your way, and it's an empty feeling. You got a lot to say, and you just wanna know your beat. This is not black and white, there are no clear solutions. I'm just trying to get it right, and in spite of all I should have done, I was not mad at you, I was not trying to tear you down. The words that I could have used, I was too scared to say out loud. If I cannot break your fall, I'll pick you up right off the ground. If you feel invisible, I won't let you feel that now. Invisible, 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 invisible. This is not black and white, there are no clear solutions. I'm just trying to get it right, and in spite of all I should have done, I was not mad at you, I was not trying to tear you down. The words that I could have used, I was too scared to say out loud. If I cannot break your fall, I'll pick you up right off the ground. If it's not invisible, I won't let you feel that now. Invisible, 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 invisible.
Castle of Glass. This is kind of hard, I have to admit, but I'm going to give it my best, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go.
Cause I'm all you have in this castle of glass. Hardly anything left for you to see. For you to see. Bring me home in a blinding dream. Secrets that I have seen. Wash the sorrow from off my skin and show me how to be whole again. Cause I'm only crying in this castle of glass. Hardly anything left for you to see. You to see. Cause I'm only crying in this castle of glass. Hardly anything else I need to be. Cause I'm only crying in this castle of glass. Hardly anything left for you to see. Thank you guys very much. Rest in peace to Chester. He'll be very missed. Thank you.
Alright, up next, if we could have Dean come to the stage. Dean with a acoustic performance. Just to let you guys know, Ashley and Maryville mentioned cash donations for the event. The cash box is right over here to my left. If you can see her waving down. Oh, 3 people waving. Yeah, the cash box is right there for those of you who want to make some cash donations. And thank you to everybody who already did contribute. And big shout out to the interpreters over here. Thank you very much.
My name is Dean. I'm just a dude. I used to play in rock bands before I got old and fat and had kids and whatever. So we're a little ahead of schedule, so I put something up on Facebook the day that Chester passed, and we've got a little bit of time, so I'm going to read that. Somebody's laughing. It was a very sad day. It hit me hard, man. It really did. Almost 20 years ago, I met a guy named Mike Shinoda who was putting together a band that had a major label deal in the works and a big name on board to produce the record. He was a superb salesman, and he got me really amped up about auditioning for his band. He told me Deftones had already given him a nod to take them on the road once it was put together, and that the band was going to be huge. He was seriously superb salesman. I believed him. I totally believed him. And as the audition date approached, I got cold feet and became nervous about fronting a big band so quickly. Mike, as sweetly energetic as he was kind of intimidating, and the instant success scared me, so I didn't show up to the audition. Instead, I stayed at home and played Sega Dreamcast. I did. Marvel vs. Capcom. I remember it because I was watching the clock on my dad's VCR. And I was like, I'm supposed to be in LA right now auditioning for this band that's going to be huge. And I didn't. It was a turning point for me. A couple of years later, Linkin Park released Hybrid Theory, a rap rock record I didn't really fall in love with, but I couldn't deny. After seeing the music video for One Step Closer on MTV, I put two and two together. This was the same Mike. For a long time, I was sick about it. I kicked myself for not showing up, and I started critiquing Chester Bennington obsessively, almost resenting him in a way. For various reasons, I felt at that time that I was a better frontman than he was. I was sure I would have got the job, and I saw it as the biggest opportunity I'd ever blown. Pure, childish, ego-driven regret. So it wasn't about until 10 years later, 10 years ago, that I found peace in my heart about all of it. At the end of the day, I don't think I could have handled bona fide rock stardom as he did, and I'm ultimately glad it didn't happen for me. I was pretty sure that if I had thrown myself into the pressures that Chester braved, I would have been dead for sure by a drug overdose or just straight suicide. After all, I just felt I wasn't strong like him. As we got older, I came to admire Chester. I never really did fall in love with his band, but I came to love him. He was passionate and sincere. He was bold and real. He played hard for the team, and he had a good attitude, seemingly constantly positive and open-minded with a relentless willingness to dig deeper. I watched him mature as an artist and became truly proud of them all when they put out 1,000 Suns. When he helped STP get going again, I became a Chester believer, and I went through his entire catalog, including Dead by Sunrise, to try to get to know him more. I'd been watching his career unfold all this time, but getting to know his work gave me a window into his soul. I've never really been that big of a Linkin Park fan, but something about my trivial experience with Mike way back when made them a band to watch, and I became a quiet fan of Chester specifically many years ago. I admired his bravery in tackling rock stardom head-on, and I looked up to his fearless, candid approach with the world. So, ironically, in my world, there were two songs that really hit me, and the first one was My December, which was a B-side from the first record. And I remember hearing that song for the first time going, okay, like it's only two chords, it's kind of boring, his melody's not that great, but I'm like critiquing, right? And I remember thinking, okay, well, they're onto something, like they're gonna find it, they're gonna put out a good record someday, right? They're gonna make like a brilliant, like Prince or like Smashing Pumpkins, like they're gonna make a real record, you know? Because it's just Hybrid Theory. I know you guys a lot of disagree, I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but anyway, this is just how I'm thinking about it. And then when they put out 1,000 Suns, I heard Waiting for the End on the radio, and I was like, they fucking did it. Like, they did it. They finally made, like, the record. And so I listened to it, and I was just like, dude, they did it. Like, they really made a real one. This is fucking rad. And that was 7 years ago. And it's always been crazy to me, for the last 2 weeks anyway, that wasn't enough for him. It's like, he finally did it, and he was in STP. I mean, it's like he filled Scott's shoes, you know? And it wasn't enough for him. And I think this thing going on right now is really beautiful, and it's really cool to be a part of it. And Chester's death really, like, it really hit me, man. I never met him, I never knew him, but something about the way that I watched this whole thing unfold, it just hit me. And I want to remind you guys that he's more than just a dude in a band. Like, I'm not trying to poo-poo, but like, it's just a band. He's more than Linkin Park. He was a father, he was a friend, he was a husband, he was a son, you know? And don't forget that. So that's why I'm just Dean, a dude who used to play rock and roll. And I'm happy to be here, and I like these songs, and I'm happy to play them for you. So sing along, because I'll probably screw them up. I'll do my best. Much love. This is my December.
my December. This is all so clear. This is my December. These are my dough-covered home. This is my December. This is me alone and I give it all away just to have somewhere to go to, give it all away, to have someone to come home to. This is my December. This is my time of the year. This is my December. This is all so clear. Give it all away. It's to have somewhere to go to. Give it all away. To have somewhere to go to, give it all away, just to have somewhere to go to, give it all away, to have someone to come home to have someone. This is my December. This is my time of the year.
I haven't been on a stage since 2007. And honestly, I can't think of a better reason to be. So I'll see you in another 10 years. Hey, if you guys can help me with Mike's parts, I don't really know. Is everybody feeling good? This is not the end, this is not the beginning. Just a voice like a riot rocking every revision, right? Something's empty within. I'm saying yeah, with fists flying up in the air, like you're holding on to something that's invisible there. Cause we're living in the right? Waiting for the end to come, wishing I had strength to stand. This is not what I had planned. It's out of my control. Going at the speed of light, thoughts were spinning in my head. So many things were left unsaid. It's hard to let you go. I know what it takes to move on. I know how it feels to lie. All I wanna do is trade this life for something new, holding on to what I haven't got. Sitting in an empty room, thank you, trying to forget the past. This was never meant to last. I wish it wasn't so. I know what it takes to move on. Sing, come on, your mic. Things I said, mouth kept moving and my mind went dead, so I, come on. And then this, the hardest part of ending is starting again.
Yeah, make some noise for Dean. Good stuff, man. So as Dean said, we're running a little bit ahead of schedule, so I want to see if there's anybody out there who wants to talk about a favorite memory that they have with Chester. Maybe you saw him firsthand, I saw out there. If you can come over here to the stage, please, we'd love to have you speak. We're buying the artists some time here, they need to get ready. So after her, I'll have one more. Gentleman right here. Thank you so much. Abby, make some noise for Abby, guys.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Abby. I'm from Fullerton. My story started in 1999 with, of course, Hybrid Theory. Me and my brother were in our room flipping through the channels, and we happened to hear One Step Closer. We were immediately hooked. However, we didn't have cable. So we were trying to play with the bunny ears to try to get this freaking song to come on. And finally, I had to hold it, and I told my brother, like, can you see the channel? Can you see it? What is it? And sure enough, there was a whole darkness in the background, obviously pixelated, blah, blah, blah. And then immediately we were just like, listen to the whole thing, not knowing what was going on, and then finding out at the end a little subtitle, Linkin Park. And I was like, okay, let's listen to some more. And then every single time we were on MTV, we kept trying to hear the song. Finally it came on, this time it was clear, and we knew we fell in love with them. Shortly thereafter, we begged our mom to get us a CD, which she did, 2 copies, one for him and one for me, and we just blasted it. Shortly thereafter, in 2003, we were working at this, well, I was anyway, with my mom, and one of our coworkers came in and said, hey, I have 2 extra tickets to go to the Meteora tour. Would your kids like to go? Of course, me and my brother were like, yeah. So sure enough, we went. First concert, we were outside getting all of our all the wristbands. We got the shirts. That was pretty cool. And then once we came in, she didn't tell us this, but we were on the ground level. So when we came in, oh my gosh, so many people. We ended up rushing to the stage. I wanted to get more towards the center area. My brother got caught in the center. He actually he was introduced to his first mosh pit, lost his shoe. And I was there in the front, whatnot, doing my thing, screaming, and Mike Shinoda came out. He came out in the front, like saying right here in my face. And the next thing you know, Chester came out and just doing his vocals, and I'm like, God, this is happening. This is so happening. And then after that, I can't remember the year, but it was during an MTV Music Awards, and they were doing it at the Griffith Observatory, and I went with my friend Nikki, who's out here somewhere. I went with her. Yeah, that's what's up. I went with her, and we went out there. We rushed to the stage, same thing. He gave me a fist bump, which was awesome. And then afterwards, we were waiting for the shuttle to come down. As we were about to get on the shuttle right there, we heard everybody screaming. We all turned to the right. Sure enough, the band came out of their little trailer, and we were just looking like, oh my God, what's going on? Sure enough, the entire band went. Chester went to each and every person in that line, saying hi, taking pictures, which was funny because they weren't allowed to have cameras, but whatever. But took pictures, autographs, and everything. Finally, our shuttle came up, and me and Nikki were like, we're not getting on the shuttle. You guys can pass, but obviously no one did. Chester came up, and First thing I said, because I was like, oh my God, he's right here in front of me, was like, can you sign my chest? And he said, he ends up telling me, he goes, I would like to, but it's frowned upon, so I can't. So I gave him my ticket, and he signed my ticket. At that moment, it's just like, I knew he was a chill guy. He laughed, and he made a joke that I can't remember now, but it was just so surreal to have him like right here, and I hugged him, and he smelled like sweat, but it was really nice. But overall, that was just my fan memory that I have of him. And of course, just like everyone else, the day that we found out, obviously we were very, very devastated. But at the same time, we all knew that he wasn't really gone. He will forever be in our hearts, and I have him in me every day. And I hope that I pass it on to my son, that this great artist who's with us is always with us, and we will cherish him forever. Thank you.
All right, we got time for one more. Right over here. Your name? Jeffrey. Make some noise for Jeffrey, guys.
I'm just gonna keep it short because they told me like they're low on time. But so I actually did not become a Linkin Park fan until Meteora, and I heard I remember back when I graduated high school that I listened to all these songs like In the End and Paper Cut and all these songs playing in K-Rock, and I didn't know who the artist was, and it took me like not like a year later to find out they were Linkin Park. So I ended up buying the first 2 CDs, and I kept on, for some reason I could not stop listening to them. Like they're always on repeat. They're always like catchy and uplifting, and they're it's like really good music. So I remember my last time I met Chester was at BlizzCon in Anaheim Convention Center. They did perform as a special guest. I was actually working there, and I was working around backstage, and suddenly like I saw Mike Shinoda and Joe, who two are my favorite idols in the band. I'm not really a big Chester fan, but I really love his voice. So, and then I got a glimpse of Chester. Like, I really wanted to touch him and hug him or whatever, but there was security over there. I was lucky to be backstage, and then they were able to perform like all their hits at BlizzCon. If you've been at BlizzCon, it's an amazing event. But yeah, if you've never been to a Linkin Park concert, you have to go. I mean, I wanted to go to the Hollywood Bowl one, and like I had my ticket set, and then I heard about the news, and then I started like I don't know, I was really sad, and I wish they can still perform together. So like I love you, Chester. I love you. I love you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Andy Cool.
Hi. So I wanted to do a couple of songs that Chester did that are not Linkin Park. Everyone knows Linkin Park, of course. He was in a band called Grey Days years before Linkin Park. Did stuff with the Julian K guys and STP. So I'm gonna do one now by Dead by Sunrise. It's called Too Late, with help from my friend Loa. It's cold and dark, I think I'm going insane. The end is coming, it's true. I'm all alone and I am screaming your name. It seems it's all I can do, but it's too late to turn back now. It's too loud to hear a sound. I'm so lost I cannot be found.
hard to focus when your life is a blur. It's hard to see the truth. How can I move on when there's so much to learn? And every road comes back to you. But it's too late to turn back now. It's too loud to hear a sound. I'm so lost, I cannot be found. It's too late to turn back now. But it's too late to turn back now. It's too loud to hear a sound. I'm so lost, I cannot be found. It's too late to turn back now.
Let's do it. Badass, bro. Badass.
Thanks, Loa. She'll be back. So I guess in college, I wanted to be Chester, right? He was in the best band in the world. So energetic. Seemed like the nicest guy in person. Years before I had met him, you know, I was him for Halloween. Painted on the shit, you know. And then after college, I was lucky enough to meet him and the guys in the band a few times, actually. And it was like, yeah, you don't know what to say when you meet somebody like that. Like, oh, your music means so much. You don't want to pamper him. But I didn't have to with him. He was very nice and curious about me, people he had just met. You know, my sister and I sat there and talked to him for like an hour that night. And, you know, I didn't want to be him anymore. I wanted to be his friend. I wanted to move to LA and become a musician and hopefully work with people like him, work with him somehow. And then fast forward a few years, and I am in LA, and I saw him out here a couple times, but never knew him or talked to him much after that. But yeah, now I'm up here in this insane, surreal moment. Nothing has felt real since July 20th, I guess, and then getting wrapped up in this whole memorial and every emotion. So I guess the first time I got curious about him and not just Linkin Park was when I heard a recording of the song Morning After. It was an MP3 that leaked out back in the Napster days of 2001 in Berlin. And he does this song Morning After. In 2005 or 6, he ended up recording it with the Julian K guys. But I always liked that acoustic version because it was so raw. And I heard somebody who wasn't, I guess it wasn't a Linkin Park production. It was just him, a guitar. And so I'd like to do that now. Caught up against the wall again, tied a chain to the ball again. Never cease to amaze the mind, so I just sleep, but please don't wake me till the morning after. Wake me till the morning after. Cut and bruised by the fall again. Lick my wounds like a dog again. Is that a light at the end of the tunnel that I see? Please let it be, but don't wake me till the morning after. Wake me till the morning after. got to be an end to the pain I feel when I'm awake and alive, 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 and I'm dreaming. Caught up against the wall again, tired and chained to the ball again. Never cease to amaze my mind, so I'll just sleep, sleep, sleep. But please don't wake me till the morning after. Wake me till the morning after. Wake me till the morning after. I'm so tired. There has got to be an end to the pain I feel when I'm awake and alive, 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 and I'm dreaming. Thank you. So I got one more with help here from this fellow.
We invite you all to sing along if you feel the Spirit moves you.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, so I was scared to death to do this one, actually.
Got it!
Isn't this event amazing, by the way? Maribel, Ashley. I don't know what to say. They literally worked 20 and 22-hour days. Like, they didn't sleep. I thought I was stressed out. I can't imagine. I mean, anyway, it's incredible. This one is Leave Out All the Rest. Please donate to Ashley and Maribel, and putting on this whole thing is not cheap. I dreamt I was missing. You were so scared, but no one would listen, 'cause no one else cared. After my dreaming, I woke with this fear. What am I leaving when I'm done here? So if you're asking me, I want you to know, when my time comes to get the wrong that I've done, help me leave behind some reasons to be missed. A minor right now. And don't resent me. And when you're feeling empty, keep me in your memory. Leave out all the rest. Leave out all the rest. Don't be afraid. I've taken my beating. I've shared what I've made. I'm strong on the surface, not all the way through. I've never been perfect, but neither have you. So if you're asking me, I want you to know,
When my time comes, forget the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind some reasons to be missed. Don't resent me, and when you're feeling empty, keep me in your memory. Leave out all the rest. Leave out all the rest. Okay. All the hurt you learned to hide so well. Pretending someone else can come and save me from myself. I can't be who you are. Alright, this is for Chester. Everyone sing with me. When my time comes, forget the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind some reasons to be missed. Don't resent me when you're feeling empty. Keep me in your memory. Leave out all the rest. Leave out all the rest. Time comes, forget the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind some reasons to be missed. Don't resent me, and when you're feeling empty, keep me in your memory. Leave out all the rest. Leave out all the rest. Forgetting all the hurt you've learned to hide so well. Pretending someone else can come and save me from myself. I can't be who you are. I can't be who you are. Thank you.
I just want to say, Chester, if you're listening, there's so many reasons to be missed, just so you know.
Thanks, Loa. And thanks, Tommy. We play in a band called Pistol Beauty together, and he offered to help out.
All right, make some noise for Andy Cole. All right, we found a phone. So does anybody have a phone missing? There's a text from Leslie Roman saying that she's sitting outside. So there's a cat sticker on the back.
We're all sitting outside.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody? Yeah, come here. Unless you want me to throw it, I mean. Everybody give a hand to last phone here. It was left in the bathroom. You're welcome. All right, we have a speaker coming up. Matthew, if you can come up to the stage, please. It's security. Can we please have security come to the stage? Yeah. Security to the stage, please. Make some noise for Matthew.
What's going on, everybody? This is the biggest crowd I've ever spoken in front of. Anyways, I just want to tell you a small story about my best day of my life. And have you guys ever heard of Warped Tour? Okay, all right. So 2014, the year the Hunting Party came out, I went nuts for that album. And then on top of that, we came down there in the morning. My phone had no service. And basically, someone comes up to my friend and says, "Hey Izzy, did you hear about Linkin Park playing?" Been my favorite band since like 5th grade. I look over, I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about, buddy?" He's like, "They're playing at 5:25 at the main stage." I was like, "Dude, stop lying or I'm gonna find you and beat you up." Basically, and upon entering the venue, all was going in my mind is like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna find, like, I hope I might see Linkin Park, oh my god." And my friends are like, "Dude, it's not happening. Linkin Park's like too big for Warped Tour." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, but he said such a specific time." So I go over to the set list. At the bottom of the set list is Linkin Park guests performing 5:25 main stage, and all that comes out of me is, "Oh my god!" everyone looks over to me like, what the heck's wrong with this guy? And I'm like, so for the first hour and a half of me being there, my entire mind's like, oh shit, I'm going to see Linkin Park. Oh my God. And then so my friend was coming up to me and says, hey Matt. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on? And she's like, how are you? I was like, Linkin Park is playing, are you kidding me? And then, so she's like, I know. I was like, no, you don't understand, Linkin Park is playing. I've never seen them before. So I see a couple bands, and 3 o'clock comes by. I'm like, you know what? I've seen every band that is gonna be playing, so I'm just gonna wait for 2 hours for Linkin Park. 10 feet away from the stage, didn't pay an extra cent, and to be at that close at the Hollywood Bowl was like $700. And that was such an amazing experience because, one, I got to see Linkin Park for almost free. Two, Mike Shinoda comes out into the crowd, starts high-fiving everybody. I'm like, I gotta touch this guy's hand. So I leave, I'm like, Mike! And then he just makes contact with me, and I just die in awe, and I'm just like, ah! So then on top of that, after they disperse, Chester basically goes out to the crowd and says, you guys want another song? He goes back, they never come back. Because Warped Tour has a rule where you can't do encores. So then on top of that, after the disperse, we're all disappointed. My friend Oliver comes up to me, shakes my hand, and in his hand is the guitar pick that Mike Shinoda threw out into the crowd. And he gave it to me. And all that I did after I saw that was just, I gave him the biggest hug. I said, dude, I fucking love you, man. And anything that you want today, doesn't matter what, no limit, is on me. I'm not kidding. That's my most important prized possession of all time. Mike, you are an inspiration. Chester, you are another big inspiration. If I could meet you, Mike, before that happens, which I hope doesn't, but I would love for that opportunity. I'm really, really regretful that I never got to meet such an inspiration like Chester in my life. He was just the biggest role model for me as a kid. Made me want to be a musician. The way I would watch Live in Texas over and over again. His performance, how he would jump from the stage to just the energy. I would emulate that all the time. And Chester, you're definitely going to be missed, man. You're going to be missed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Memento.
LA, how we doing? My friends, how we doing? I said, how we doing? That's what I'm talking about. All right, my friends, we're gonna make some noise for Chester Bennington right now, the greatest artist of all time. Let's hear it. I said, make some noise for the greatest artist of all time. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. My name is Memento. I'm a hip-hop artist coming from San Francisco, California. Just moved out here to LA 2 months ago to follow Chester's footsteps, man. Take this music thing full force. I want to give a big thank you to Ashley, Maribel, and Haiti. Let's make some noise for them. Couldn't be more honored to play this, man. Chester was, it's not even worth, saying it in words because I can't do it justice. But we're gonna have some fun for him tonight. I want everybody to stand up. We're gonna celebrate his life, his legacy. We're gonna have some fun. Everybody stand up right now. Everybody, there we go. Yeah, beautiful. All right, y'all, so, like I said, I'm a hip-hop artist, I don't sing. I thought it was only right, you guys are gonna do Chester's part, okay? You guys are gonna sing Chester's part. I want this to be cathartic for all of us. Let go of all the, pain and sadness and everything. Let's go. Say, and I get lost in the nothingness inside of me. it all out to find that I'm not the only person with these things in mind. All the vacancy, the words revealed is the only real thing that I got left to feel. Just stuck, hollow and alone, and the fault is my own. You guys sing, let's go. Louder, come on. Erase all the pain till it's gone, come on. One more time. And I got nothing to say, I can't believe I didn't fall right down on my face. Looking everywhere, only to find it's not the way I had imagined it all in my mind. Do I have the negativity? Cause I can't justify the way everybody's looking at me. Nothing to gain, hollow and alone, and the fault is my own. You ready? Let's sing it! Beautiful, let's get louder, come on. Erase all the pain till it's gone, come on. Let's go, let's go. One more shot, come on. Louder. Come on, one more time. I wanna heal. Thank you guys so much. That was fucking awesome. How we feeling, my friends? That was fucking awesome. All right, chill. I got a couple more for you. So, I'll never forget the first time I discovered Linkin Park and discovered Chester's music. I was 13. It was 2005. This guy's having a good time. And all right, so before I heard "In the End" for the first time, which is the first Linkin Park song I heard, I was kind of some kid who didn't really have any hobbies, didn't have any passions, didn't have anything. I was like void of personality, I didn't really have a life. And as soon as I heard the first notes of "In the End," I was hooked in seconds. It was crazy. I felt like, pun intended, I felt like I found somewhere I belong. Woo! It's crazy. I just heard the music and I was like, this feels so right. And from that moment, I knew that I had to fucking do this and do music. And if it wasn't for Linkin Park, I would not be up here. If it wasn't for Chester, who's been my hero since I was 13 and still is, I would not be up here. I would be working a job I hate, maybe still in college, and say, that's life, I guess. This is an original song of mine that I wrote about losing a loved one. And it's about, acknowledging what you have, acknowledging what you've lost. And also the importance of being around people who love you, which is exactly what this event's all about. All of us gotta stick together right now, for the next couple months, years, whatever it takes. It's called Chicago. I know we all got something inside we don't want to address. No one acknowledging it, we letting it grow until we confess. It's like a parasite, it's eating me from the inside. Pretend it's not there,
The tumor starts to grow, I lose control. I'm as good as my flaws. I need to address what I got. I need to address what I lost. I need to do better, come on. I needed to take a deep look inside of my heart. I knew I was shook, but I never knew. Deny what had happened cause I was a fool. Yeah, I just got back from Chicago. I saw the meaning of love. I learned what's really important. My faith in what's above is grown from being distorted. I can't say it's enough. I say it's even more than I understand. I don't know where this coming from. I know that I'm scared to tell you the truth. I never had known what the hell I'ma do. I got no idea. See, dealing with loss is something I fear. I know that I'm going through life with every first I'm growing inside.
Alright, LA, I want you guys all to take out those cell phones. Put those lights up for Chester. I want to see a full sea of stars. Come on, everybody. That's beautiful. Now rock them back and forth for Chester. That's what I'm talking about.
With every first I'm growing inside. I know it inside, I know it was coming. I knew this was coming like all of my life, but it might just be now. I won't look away but don't want to find out. I want to stay young and I want to stay innocent. Life keep on moving so death always imminent. It's one of those moments you stop and you stare. Nothing else matters, you gotta be there. It changes your view of the world. You thought it would hit someone else, but that's you to the world.
Thank you, LA. Alright, I got one more for you.
Yeah!
I would not be who I was if it wasn't for the song. This is the most full circle moment of my fucking life, man. Playing for thousands of LP fans. The song that made me who I am. You guys know what to do. Sing Chester's part. Here we go. You ready? Let's go.
One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. Time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. I didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on. I didn't even know I wasted it all. Just kept everything inside. And even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually. You guys, let's go. I tried so hard and I so hard. Come on.
guys so much, man. You made a dream come true for me tonight. We love you, Chester. We miss you terribly. But you're gonna live on through us. Isn't that right? Thank you guys very much. My name is Memento. You can find me online at Memento Hip Hop, MEMENTO Hip Hop on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you guys.
Check. Nice. Good job, guys. We got one speaker coming up. Let me see if he is here. Yes, come on up. Got one speaker, and then we're gonna have a tribute video play, and then our grand finale with the Gatsby Affair. So stay tuned, guys. Hang around. It show's actually getting better as we go. This is awesome. You guys are amazing. So what's your name, bro? Make some noise for Al, guys.
What's up, Los Angeles?
They might have the wrong link. Tell them go to the channel and then they'll find the link.
I didn't hear them until way back in the 90s. I'm almost 40. I'm telling on myself. But you can't hear me in the back? Can you hear me now? Hey! Okay, thank you. All right, so when I heard the news about what happened, I thought of my brother. He did the same thing, and we were on a hiatus, and we weren't talking. So if you or someone else feels like you're gonna pull the trigger or do the same thing that he did, call someone. Reach out and call someone, because I can't do that with my brother. But you can, because you're all still alive. And if you feel like you're gonna do something like that, you speak up and you call someone. You understand me, Los Angeles? So I leave you with this. Rule 1. You never fall in love in LA. I did that. No, it's not funny, because I found myself in a closet with a shotgun to my mouth. Did I pull the trigger? No, I'm still alive. I'm still alive, Los Angeles, because of the song Numb. That's what kept me alive. That's the only thing that was going through my mind. So I want y'all to look at each other right now. Look to your left and right. Go ahead. That's your brother, that's your sister. Now you give them a hug right now. Doesn't that feel better? Now when you go home tonight, you think about what you did, because you've made a milestone in Los Angeles history. Thank you very much for coming out here tonight and respecting. I'll see y'all later.
Hopefully people are getting stuff on the stage. My battery's running low.
Close both doors below the window.
Do you have a plug? I mean, do you have a where to plug it in?
I close both blinds and turn away.
Oh, yeah, don't plug in my computer, I might mess with the audio.
Sometimes solutions are so simple.
I knew that it was on the 5 o'clock news, but I didn't know it was on there now.
Sometimes goodbye's the only way. And the sun will set free you. The sun will set free you. And the shadow of the day will erase the world in gray. And the sun
Sing it, guys. Sing it.
for you. Cards and flowers on your window. Your friends
guys. Let's hear it.
And the shadow of the day will embrace the world in gray, and the sun will set for you.
Because I'm almost out of battery. Okay.
Make some noise for yourselves, guys. We got one more song for you guys before we have this amazing band come on. So bear with us, don't leave.
Do you have HDMI?
One more song, guys. We got showtime coming up.
You don't have HDMI on the side? I just need to see if it'll work. That's all. Alright, come on.
So what right today? And I know that's all I got left. I don't know what stressed me first, how the pressure was fed. But I don't trust what it feels like to have a voice in the back of my head. Face that I hold inside, face that I wait till I close my eyes, face that I watch every time I lie, face that laughs every time I fall and watches everything. Some know that when it's time to sink or swim, the face inside is hearing me right beneath my skin. It's like a paranoid looking up on my back. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like a can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the face inside is right. Mistakes to me, you got a face on the inside too. Your paranoia is probably worse. I don't know what set me on first, but I know what I can't stand. Everybody acts like the fact of the matter is I can't add up to what you can, but everybody has a face that they hold inside. Face that awakes when I close my eyes. Face that watches every time they lie. Face that laughs every time they fall. Everything. So you know that when it's time to sink or swim, that the face inside is watching you too. Right inside your skin. It's like a paranoid looking over my back. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like a can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the face inside is right, but it does get. It's like a paranoid looking over my back. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like a can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the face inside is right beneath my skin. The face inside is right beneath your skin. The face inside is right beneath your skin. The face inside is right beneath your skin.
Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Let's see those lights, guys. Make some noise for yourselves, guys. Yeah. This is so awesome. Bear with us. We're trying to figure out the video situation, so Enjoy the show. Don't go anywhere. It's getting better, I promise.
There's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface, consuming, confusing. This lack of self-control I fear is never ending, controlling. I can't seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in. Sense of confidence, I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take. I felt this way before, so insecure. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. Comfort endlessly has pulled itself upon me, distracting, reacting. Against my will I stand beside my own reflection. It's haunting how I can't seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in. A sense of confidence, I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take. I felt this way before.
Alright guys, let's hear it loud and clear.
Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. Confusing what is
Make some noise for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. You guys look so amazing out there. Thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate every single one of you, and I know Chester does too. Let's make some noise for Chester, guys. Now, last but not least, we have the last band performing for today. Please join me in welcoming to the stage and make some noise for the Gatsby Affair.
Sorry.
Los Angeles! God damn! Right off the bat, everyone just yell as loud as you can about this amazing, amazing event today. This is incredible. Come on. This is like, the emotions are like, oh my God, I remember living in Indiana, a little place called Fort Wayne, and I remember Jesus, like, we've all have our epic pastimes about just issues and like our family lives and like all our demons and obstacles that we've been through and been through thick and thin, and watch people go and watch people rise and watch people recover, and it's just this, like, it's us just being human, and I'm like shaking right now, and just hearing everyone's speeches today, I just was like holding back these tears, and like all the staff
seriously, all the staff that put this together, and they're not over, man. They're gonna take this across the country, and it's so unbelievably moving to see the support. And during the speech, was looking at several of you out there and just seeing how heartfelt and what today means to each and every one of you. Today is a day that we can actually be a part of something huge, and be there for people that like are mean dear to us. And if you haven't talked to someone in a while, you fucking call them, you take them out, you go to the beach, it's still summer, you know what I mean? Like, go enjoy yourselves, go live your lives to the fullest, and take care of each other and be there for each other. So we're gonna start this set off with a song called Heavy, all right? Myself crazy, 'cause I can't escape the